busy beavering away making some new items to take with me in May. And I, as I said, do a wide variety of crafts because my brain just can't focus on one thing. I have to have a finger in many pies. And one of the things I discovered that I loved working with was resin. And today's video I am going to be demolding from molds that I have made some of my latest pieces that I will have with me in the convention in May, hopefully. So yes, I'm going to give you, first of all, show you some examples, I think. Or should we actually, no, let's demold them first, then I'll show you what hopefully they will look like later on. So the resin that I use is, for this particular type of resin craft, is 2-part epoxy. So you have a part A and a part B. You then mix them together and they cure, and you can add all kinds of wonderful things to them, like glitter and inks and dyes and powders and flowers and pretty much anything you want. It really is, you're only limited by your own imagination. So no surprises. Some of the pieces I'm going to be demolding with you today are inspired by Final Fantasy XIV. That is not going away. I should give you a heads up now. I'm very obsessed. It is the love of my life. So a lot of what I do, it revolves around that. But I do also have some dice pieces, as I also enjoy Dungeons and Dragons. Watching people play Dungeons and Dragons. I don't partake myself, being of the introverted and socially awkward type. But yes, so I've got some pieces that will be made into various, I think, key rings and possibly a bit of jewellery as well. So I'm going to stop rambling now, I think, and let's have a look, shall we, at one of the first pieces. So I've actually already demolded one. So here it is. I might just zoom in so my camera doesn't absolutely freak out when I do this. There we go. We're still quite far out, but hopefully you still get the general idea. But yeah, so this is a mould that I have made using silicone. And yeah, so I just pour the resin in, and I then add inks, at least to this particular piece. Again, apologies for the lighting. It is technically daylight. It's like 5 to 12 in the afternoon. But it's been so disgusting here recently in the UK. It's just so miserable and gloomy and cloudy that, yeah, I just cannot seem to get any good lighting. So yeah, apologies. Hopefully you'll get the idea. So yeah, we're not going to have an awful lot of ASMR sounds, but I just thought maybe this would be an interesting video to do and something a bit different. So let's begin. So I have actually technically already demolded this piece. So you can see it pops out nice and easily. So there we go. And this is honestly like one of the fun parts of this whole process, because you just never know. And look how shiny that is. You never know what you're going to get. And I was using some colours here which I wasn't. I'm not a really pink girly fan, but I don't know. Unfortunately, yeah, I think the lighting is probably not quite good enough for you to really see just how crazy the effects are in here. So for these pieces, I've used what is known as a bit of a mixture. I've done what is called a dirty pour, when you add pigments while you're pouring, and also a bit of a petri dish effect, where you add pigments once the resin is in the mould. But there we go. So there is the first one. So these particular items, well, these are known as job stones from Final Fantasy XIV. So you can just about make out this little shape indented in the front. So this is the job stone for the white mage job. I won't go into detail of all of that jazz because it will be boring for you. But yes, I'm just going to pop him back into his little snug. So that one I had already seen. So the rest of these are completely new to me. I have no idea what these are going to look like, and as I said, you never really know until you pop them out what they're going to look like. So yeah, I'm summoner or, my god, I can't think of the word, scholar. Unfortunately, I did have a few of these pieces that didn't work because the way you pour the resin well, the one I use is in equal parts. Oh, that this is scholar. I have to say that is bloomin' gorgeous. Look at that. Oh, that is. The shine on these pieces is really just. I'm living for that shine. That is beautiful. So yeah, so I will fill in the little indent there, and you'll be actually be able to see it. But yes, as I was saying, I'm going to pop this one back in its little house as well. Yeah, so you have to measure out for my particular type of resin equal parts. And unfortunately, my wonderful scales just decided to stop working. So I ended up having to eyeball it, and unfortunately with these kind of things you have to be precise or they won't cure. So 3 out of the amount that I've got here just didn't cure, so I'm going to hopefully, or at least fully, so I'm hoping to try and salvage them. This one's going to be interesting because it's a black and really hot pink mix. So yeah. Can you hear? No, there's nothing. There is literally no sound for this. I apologise. This is very probably un-ASMR for the sounds, but hopefully. What were those videos? They were oddly satisfying, weren't they? Oh my goodness. Yeah. So this is Red Mage. Oh, I could literally just do this forever. Look at that. And the glorious thing about these pieces, she's just trying to figure out where the camera is you could literally get something different every single time depending on like your colour combinations, how you drop the ink in, how you pour it. But look at the side of that. That's insane. It's like a little storm in there, like a little nebula, and you've got the dark on this side. Oh, I love it. I'm obsessed. So I'm trying to remember how long I've been doing resin for. It's been a long time, but I can't actually remember exactly, so I'm trying to pick what to do next. This one, these are my colours. I don't know again if you can accurately see them. I think my brightness is actually turned down on my screen anyway, so hopefully it'll be a bit better actually. Camera, who's this? I can't tell. I've not bothered to write on who's what, so it's a surprise. It's very round. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Ooh, I like how subtle that one is. I really love that subtlety. So this is the job stone for well, it's either astrologian or astrologian, depending on how you say it, I think. But oh, those colours are pretty darn gorgeous. So yes, I'm very much into like the teals, aqua blues. I do like a bit of purple as well. That one's so dark that I'm not even sure you'll be able to really see that one. But yeah, these are stunning. I should have had a torch, shouldn't I? Hang on. Let me see if I can wangle some stuff. I'm never organised. I'm going to see if I can use my phone's torch. This might not work, this probably won't work. Just so that you can get like a better sense of the colours. That are in the... I don't know if that's working or not. I'm trying to do it so that my phone isn't in... Nope. You can see my... I forget that's where the camera is, yeah. Unfortunately, it's just not really... Oh, it's a shame because these are bloomin' spectacular. Sorry, that sounds really arrogant. I literally have just poured in the colours like I've done nothing else, really. But yeah, so... This could end up being an absolute bust of a video because you can't actually make out any of what you're looking at. So I do have plans eventually, I think, to do a few more maybe videos sharing my so maybe you'll get to see what these look like actually finished. And I'll do it when it's actually sunny, and you can... Oh, sorry, I realise I literally just did that one off camera. When I said this was impromptu, I was not kidding. Okay. Oh, look. Here's one that I have yet to demold. So here we go. So I know this one is dancer, because this is the jobstone for my main class. Yes. Oh, that's crazy. Look at that one. And I love that when you turn it to the side, you can see the clear resin and the way that the pigments and the dyes have like just sunk in. Oh, it's beautiful. But again, it's, pinks are generally not my colour, so I'm just picking off a little bit off the side there. But the dancer jobstone traditionally is actually a pretty pink colour. So that one's... Sorry, my cat is now scratching, wanting to come in. So, and of course in low light my camera just goes... There's that one. Okay, no, just... Oh my goodness. Hang on. I'm so sorry for that horrendous noise. She is an absolute drama queen. And I'm going to close the door now. And she's going to have a hissy fit that she can't go out. What are you doing? There, okay, she jumped up on the bed now. And she will now meow in my ear. And yours. Shh. Shh. Be quiet. Oh, we are so professional here. So professional. Oh, because now she wants to go out again. My goodness. Make your mind up, you stupid animal. My god. Okay, this is already, I can tell, going to be a disaster video, but that's cool. I think that's kind of my brand. So this is the Dark Knight jobstone. Some of these are like so distinctive. And I mean, Dark Knight, it kind of goes with the territory that it should be, dark and brooding. So let's do the big reveal. Ooh, that one's really subtle. I quite like that one, but as I said, like I've pretty much used the same techniques, and I love that you get something different every single time. But yeah, is it gotten darker? I swear. It feels like it's got darker. I don't know if you can see that one now a little bit better. There we go. Probably not, but yeah. Oh my god, I should just give up now, shouldn't I? Let's see if she wants to go out. No, every time I open the door, she screams at me and then just walks off. Okay, she's gone out, but I guarantee you in about 2 seconds she's going to want to come back in. Okay, so next up, let's do one of my favourites. This is, I believe, Warrior. This is my tank of choice. I didn't want to like it because it's not my aesthetic, big, massive axe, but I have to say the way it plays is just delightful. So, if we wait for my stupid camera to focus, and then... Boop! Ooh, again, really subtle. Really subtle. I think some of them I've used more white pigment than others. The problem is the darker they are, the more difficult they are to see. There it goes. This one's got really subtle gold flecks in it as well. But yeah, no, I like that one too. I mean, the more dramatic ones are fun. God, look how tiny it looks. Yeah, maybe should have brought the camera down a bit lower, but like I said, we professionals here. I don't know who this we is, it's literally just me. I can blame no one but myself. What have we got next? Let's do bar. Actually, no, we just did a green, didn't we? Let's do another blue. So This is Machinist's Jobstone. Just going to pull it away at the side. Little pop there. Oh, this is so satisfying. Oh wow! Oh my goodness! So this one, I didn't use any white at all. So when it's on my hand like that, it just looks like a black blob. But when I take my hand away, can you see? Oh yes, that is nice. Let's see what it does when I put shine the light on it. Nothing. But yeah, that one's pretty nice. So I do love the way that glows through. That is, I mean, I would try and maybe glow from underneath, but I don't want to blind you. Oh my god, look at that! Yes, there it is. That is nice. Yeah. So that was, I was experimenting again with seeing what would happen if I just used two pigments. Actually, I think maybe three. I used two different colour blues and a black, a very small amount of black, because the black does tend to overpower. And then I just dropped in a little tiny bit of white at the end. So not enough for it to actually sink into the rest of the resin, but enough to just, the drama. There we go. Next we'll do whatever this one is. Or again, my favourite colours. The downside to this is that I'm obviously trying to create for the purposes of selling, so trying to make something that is appealing for everybody. However, I'm not so great with the more warm colour spectrum, so you'll very rarely see me using reds and yellows and oranges because I just don't like them. So I'm trying to see, now this, when you add white, this is when you get the real crazy effects. Look at that. So this is the Samurai Jobstone. I'm pretty sure it's that way up. Oh, that is nice. See the way it's leached down the sides there. Oh, that is quite spectacular. Sorry, I get very excited about this, as you can tell. So I'm trying to convince myself that I need to start looking at using different colours, not just ones that I like, but as you can see, I failed spectacularly. Oh look, a green one, but at least these are slightly warmer greens. I believe this one's going to be barred, I think. Oh, here we go. Yeah, so again, very similar to the one we just saw, the Samurai Jobstone. Here you've got a lot of white, which really just adds to that drama. And when the resin is left to cure, it just continues to just ooze and sink and react wonderfully with the resin. Like, I think I'd just still probably do this even if I wasn't trying to sell them. I just enjoy this too much, and I just end up with thousands of these pieces and nothing to do with them. Not yet. Let's do this one because I'm enjoying the colours here. See, got some purple there, and then there's some very intense blue. Can't remember. This might be Black Mage. Let's have a look. Yes. Oh, yes. It's almost the edges that really come to life, where you can see how everything's sort of moved and shifted. Sorry, picking that off. That one is pretty damn stunning. And I think it's interesting because some of these have the domed surface. As you can see from this one, it is completely flat on the top, whereas I think the Warrior Jobstone and actually let's have a look at this one, whereas I love with the ones that have the curved tops like this Astrologian one, if it'll focus. see that it is domed. So you get a very different behaviour, because obviously on the flat topped ones the white just sinks, whereas with the domed one it almost curves, and you'll see an example of that in one of my older pieces. But yeah, that one, that's very black magey to me. I feel like that's a good representation of black mage. Okay, so we've got 3 more of the job stones, then I've got 7 of the D20 dice, and then I've got a couple of little extras. And I'm being very selfish on this channel at the moment. I'm pretty much just doing everything that I'm enjoying, regardless of whether it's good for ASMR or not. So I apologise, and also thank you very much for indulging me. So this one will be Summoner. Very teal colours I've used. Oh, it looks like flowers. Oh my goodness. Oh, that is so pretty. I'm sorry. I'm not usually like this in terms of like arrogance, but that's just so delightfully the way they've bloomed in there. God, this is trying to... if I do this again, I swear I'll do a better job. She lied. Yes, I think maybe lowering the camera would be a good start, because that's far too far away. But yeah, that's beautiful. That's really very simple, because I think I've only used maybe one colour in there, and a bit of white. But oh, excuse the noises. Noises of appreciation. My legs are going hilariously numb. Just thought you'd like to know. So last 2, as I said, I am missing 3 because they got botched somewhat. I should actually be working today, but the smoke effect that has got. Oh, the only downside to this is that half the time I don't know what I did, and which means I won't be able to recreate it. But this one, it looks... oh my god, excuse me, my cat. She's an actual tyrant and an attention whore. Yeah, so unfortunately half the time I won't remember how I've done something, because I will just be chucking inks in and whatever, so I literally have no idea how I would ever create that smoky effect again. But that is beautiful. So that's the Paladin Jobstone. You can actually see a bit more clearly because of where the white has clung to the indentation there. You can just make out the shield. There you go, there's the shield. That one's stunning. That's really beautiful. One more to go. I think this is going to be Gunbreaker. Just another one of the tanks. Again, shockingly enough, blue. A colour I never use. I'm going to have to stretch my legs in a minute. As my cat watches on. Right, let's wait for my camera to stop being a poop. There we go. Oh. Sorry about the weird noises, but I'm just... like, that is such an... like, it's got a real underwater vibe, that one. Oh, yes. Oh, that is just... and I'm just living for the shine of these. Like, they come out of the molds so beautifully shiny. Like, I am going to have to do nothing to that at all. Absolutely nothing. So there we go. Oh, so pretty. I like nice shiny things. Right, excuse me while I just stretch my legs a second. I'm surprised you can't hear my hips clicking and protesting. Okay, so that's all of the job stones done. So now I think we'll move on to... let's do the dice, shall we? So here are the dice molds. These are a little deeper, because if you've ever seen a D20 dice, they are chunky compared to the job stones. And these will be a little harder to get out, because you've got a very, very, very narrow opening, and what is essentially quite a large shape inside. So, again, the shine on that as it's come out of the mould is incredible, and you can see where the ink has stunk to the bottom. It's lit up the 20, which if you've ever played or are aware of D&D, the 20 is the good number, and this part here, which is where the attachment will be, is the bad number. That's the 1. So a natural 20 is a very good thing in D&D land. So, you know, if this were to be a dice that was rolled, for example, well, that's natural. What's that? That's a 19. That's not bad. And it landed on a 1. Sorry, on a 20. Then yeah, generally, you've won the game. But I love that you can just about see here, if I actually held it in front of the camera. Again, the way I could describe this is like it's a nebula going on in like swirls of the resin. Oh my goodness, sorry. I am obsessed with myself. No, that's not true. I just love what I do. Okay, next one. So these ones are always a bit more hit and miss as to how they're going to come out. Again, because they're so much deeper, such a different shape. So yeah. Here we go again. It's quite obscene. So this, I think, was like a gold and a blue and a white mix, I think. Oh god, it doesn't want to come out. There we go. That one's quite simple. I don't think the blue really came out, but I do quite like the subtlety of that one. It's got quite a, what's the word I'm looking for? Celestial sort of vibe with the white and the gold and the way it's sort of mixed together, because you can definitely see the gold, especially in the 20 part of the dice there. I wonder how that would look under. Well, it would look like a blur. There we go. So you can see where I've got pigment now on my fingers. Give you an idea of how they look when they're under actual sunlight, because we don't have that here anymore. Okay, so we've got 5 more to do. I have to do this purple one because it looks very intense. Note to self, don't touch the white bit because that's going to be wet. Okay, so we're just going to squidge. Oh, this one doesn't want to let go. The mould away from the sides. And there are so many different ways of making moulds. This is just the easiest one for me, for my needs. Oh, this one looks pretty intense. Yes. Hello, mama. That is quite dark. You can't see it. That is quite stunning, though. Just lift it up a bit higher. Maybe you can get a better view. There is a lot going on in this one. I do love adding the white because it does just really set things alive. Let's grab the pointless light and see if that does anything. Yes. So as I said earlier, these will be either key rings or necklaces, which I premiered. Sounds really pompous. At the last convention that I did, and I actually did really well. I was really happy because I'm one of those people who very much enjoys wearing my passions. So you know, if I can express myself through clothing or accessories or the things that I enjoy, then I will do so. This one is basically just. Oh, hang on a second. So it looks black like that. I mean, my camera it's so dark, it's so like void that my camera is just having a real tough time. But I have a feeling, if I shine maybe a light on it in the right way, it might do something. Yeah, unfortunately. Oh, you can just, there you go, you can just see it there on the corner. There it is. There is a little bit of a variation obvious that you look at them and you think, oh, well, that's boring, and then you like put it up against the light and just bam. So yeah, that one's definitely subtle. I might just have to hold it up to the, yes, I think if you held it up to the light a window, it goes so like bright pink. That one's fun. Where's the, oh, there it is. 3 more to go. Let's do I think this is actually more of like a purpley colour. So yeah, let me know if this is something that you find enjoyable. I know it's not exactly ASMR, but in terms of lots of triggers and whatnot, but this one looks kind of crazy, because I would love to maybe share some more of my creations with you and stuff. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, hello. Oh, they're always so light. I'm always amazed at how little they weigh. So yeah, this one we've got a bit of a mixture. I think I used a mix of a mica powder and then I dropped an alcohol ink into it. So you have this very subtle sheen running through it. Again, not something that is easily picked up in this hilariously rubbish lighting. But hang on, did it. There we go. Weirdly, if I hold the thing closer to the camera, you see it better. Isn't that weird? Nice. That's it now. I'm just down to just nice. Okay, 2 more. Let's do this one, which looks black. Literally just looks black. Oh, my cat has finally settled down. Thank you. Thank goodness. Oh, I think this might be, this one doesn't have any white in it, so this might be another one of those. It's like popping a pimple. Yeah. So this one is done by, you pour in a clear resin with a pigment. You then drop black dye. You fill it up halfway, you then drop black dye on it. And add more resin. Oh, there it is. You can just saw it there, that's it. So half of the dice theoretically is, my finger is right in the way. I can't get a good angle. There we go. It's better than nothing. There you can see just about. And then you've got the other half, which is the black. I think there's actually a little bit of gold dusted in this one as well. Again, I do quite like the subtle ones, but I do think maybe you guys will agree that that's rolled under my bed. Awesome. I think the ones with the white in are just a little bit more interesting to look at. So this is the last of the D20 dice. I need a drink actually, my throat's getting a bit dry. Excuse me. You can see now why I would never do a roleplay, because I am just useless at planning anything. Oh, I think this is one of my older molds. It's getting a bit sticky. Here it comes. It's a girl. Oh, that one's fun. I like that one. It's so satisfying with it this clear and shiny when they come out of the molds, because I don't have to do anything to that at all. Look at that shine. And actually, do you know what? I've just noticed, because I'm an idiot, how few bubbles there are. Now, I don't use the fancy pants apparatus that a lot of these resin crafters use, because I can't afford it and I don't have the space. You need like these big, there's a pressure pot and a vacuum chamber to suck out all the bubbles, and I can't afford that. So I've been looking at ways to limit the amount of bubbles in my resin, and I have absolutely completely not even noticed how clear and bubble free these are. And literally all I did, top tip for you here if anyone uses resin, is I just heated up the resin. I just stuck it in a little bath of hot water for a bit, and that seems to have done the trick. Like, yeah, literally every single one last two things, we've got this mould, which I use quite a lot if I've got any spare resin from when I've mixed a bit too much for a dice. I tend to just chuck it in here. These are fun little wings. So this resin as well is really interesting because it actually dries really soft and quite bendy, which I quite like. I've never had that before. Oh, the way the white has almost like sunk to the very peaks of the indentations there, and you've got almost like an outline and a vein. Oh, wow. And of course the second, drop it, excellent. The second one will of course be completely different. Oh, but still so pretty. Oh, yes. I say it again, I love what I do. Look at those. Ow. That is beautiful. Actually stunning. I think I want to keep these for myself. Yes, that is good. And then the last thing, this is again something I worked on a little while ago and I never quite got round to redoing. I've got baby dice. These are mini dice. And this is a full set. You get 7 in a full set of D&D dice. So let's demold these little critters. Let's just give it a bit of a press. It might be a bit messy, as you can see. I will obviously need to clean these ones up a little bit, but oh, I'm excited. Begin. Oh my goodness. These are going to be absolutely impossible for you to see, I think, because they are just so tiny, but look at the colours. I'm going to go even closer, I think, if my camera can handle it. Come on, we can do it. That is beautiful. Oh my goodness. Let's grab another one. Yes. Oh, that one's got a bit of a crater in it, but that's fine. These are gonna be again either key rings or jewellery, so they don't need to be perfect in terms of being able to roll them. Oh, hello. They just need to look gorgeous, and they do. They absolutely do. And I love it when you've got a full set, even if you're using the same technique. Fine, screw you, camera. If you're using the same techniques, because you will still get a different. Oh, these colours. I kind of wish that I'd done a set in these colours. I might have to today, because these are beautiful. If I was smart, come on, camera. There you go. I would write down all of my mixes and how I did it, but like I said, because of the nature of the resin, it is almost impossible to predict exactly what your dice are going to look like. That one's also stunning. The nature of dice, they are meant to roll. Yeah, I feel like I'm fighting a losing battle here. You can just about kind of see how that one looks. My back is killing me, excuse me. We are coming to the end, which is good for my spine. Oh, see, now this one looks completely different from all the others, and I love that. Look at that. Wowzers. Yes, we are definitely going to be doing a lot more of these. The only downside is that, I still have to try and paint the numbers on these things, and they are freaking tiny. Oh, good, covered in cat hair already. Oh my god. Okay, let's just grab them all, shall we? At least attempt to do some ASMR sounds. But there you go. Let's grab Yes, I am very pleased with how they've turned out. So what I'm going to do now very quickly is I'm just going to show you an example of what all of these will look like once they're finished. the job stones that I've made. So these are ones that are actually ready to be assembled. So they've got, as you can see, the painted symbol. So there's the dancer, and that one there is the machinist. It kind of looks like the gun on that one is like exploding. I love it. And as you can see, I've fitted the little hooks. So that's what they look like. And then the next step is they then get attached either to a necklace or a keyring. So this one is on a keyring. This is actually the first ever one I made, and I'm slightly obsessed with it. You can probably see why. Again, it looks like the symbol is kind of exploding, and that one is so crystal clear on these sides. I love the way the ink just trickled and collected. And yeah, so there you go, very simple, just on a keyring, like so. And then for the dice, I have a few examples. I don't actually have any of the keyrings, but it's basically the same thing as that. But I have a couple of the necklaces here. So here's one. It's kind of like a warm kind of green colour. As you can see, I attach some little beads to it, worn as a necklace. Then we have a slightly different colour variation here. We've got like a black and purple. Very much loved how this one came out, and again, lots of cute little beads to make it into a nice little wearable necklace. This one's on a black cord. And then lastly we have a very bright hot pink one. There you go. Again, got some cute little flower beads. So yeah, so these are all assembled by hand, and this one's on a leatherette, because we don't use real leather here, leatherette cord. And then the wings are assembled like this. You can see, whoops, and there's just a little dangly in the middle there. Which looks cute. So they sit nicely. They're almost kind of like a choker length. They sort of just rest on your clavicle. Really pretty. And then I've got, again, slightly different colour variations. One's again greens. Pretty, as you can see, the back of that one. I've added the findings. Okay, I think I actually have an example of but it's attached to a bag and I can't be bothered to go and get it. But yes, the way that these ones will be attached, they'll all be on one keyring, kind of like that, like in a little cluster, which I think looks really cute, just hanging from, your keys or your bag or something. And there we go. That's it. Let's grab some of these back. Thank you very much for watching what I know is an absolute chaotic video. As always, very poorly planned and managed, but we like to keep things chill here, very informal at Feyrin Mori. So, I mean, I'll do the shameless plug. If you would like to support me and check out my Etsy shop, it is Feyrin Mori, same way it's spelt here. I don't sell everything. I do have a few of my sort of resin pieces, but it's mostly sort of pins and stickers. But yeah, if you would like to have a look and check it out, I'd be very, very grateful. Obviously no obligation to buy, but equally if you just want to share with your friends who you think might enjoy what I do, that is also fantastic and so helpful and wonderful. And it doesn't cost anything. But yeah, I